Hey guys, so here is my Ford Transit high roof van that I am renting out, and I thought I'd give you a little tour of the inside and how a couple things work. So here we go. In the driver's seat we have the blinkers over here on the left. Since it is like a European model van, the blinkers are on the left and the windshield wipers on the right. So down for left, up for right. The lights are just right here. Flick those up all the way. And obviously windshield wipers here. And then you've got your hazards as well. So you can see that there is a mirror here, but also is a backup camera. So when you turn the key on, backup camera goes on. There you go, super easy. Right here is the fan. I've got an auxiliary cord and a couple USB ports and another cigarette lighter. It is automatic, diesel, so make sure to fill it up with diesel. Here's a parking brake here. Pretty easy. Seat belts, obviously, super easy. Gas, brake, window, lock, door unlock. This is actually for a light bar that's up here. That big light bar there. If you need to use it when you're in a really dark place at night, turn that guy on. So that is all for the cockpit area. Now let me show you a couple other things. All right, so here is the back doors. They open like this, all the way. Right here you have a little latch that you can pop out, and then the doors open all the way open like this. Pretty nice. Same thing on this side. A little latch right here. Pop it out. Door opens all the way. So when you do open these doors, you can notice that they will try to shut on themselves just because of how these things work, and I haven't been able to find any new ones. So what I've installed here, as you can see, is a little latch that you can pop in there, and that'll keep the door from shutting on itself. That makes sense. Same thing over here. Pop this in, that, pop the latch in. Super nice and helpful so the doors stay open. All right, so over here we have an array of switches which controls a lot of the different things in the van. First off, this is the solar charge controller. Up on the roof here is a 200-watt solar panel which charges a massive battery down here. Shouldn't ever have to touch any of that. It's all happening right here. So for the voltage right here, it says 12.5. That's a perfect voltage. You can see that the solar panel is charging the battery as we speak. If the voltage gets under 12 or 11.8, I would consider turning off the fridge for a little bit. If that's because you're just kind of parked for a couple days, something like that, and the fridge is working a lot because it's really hot inside the van, then I would consider turning off the fridge for a couple hours, let the solar panel charge the van back up, or drive the van for 20-30 minutes, something like that. When you drive the van, that helps charge the battery as well. So an array of switches. We have awning lights. There's lights outside under the awning. All of this runs off of the battery down here. Left front, right front are the two exterior lights up there. We have the water pump switch right here. I'll show you what all that is about in a little bit here. Over here we have an array of lights as well, and then this is a light that's over the sink back there. So it's all happening right there. Right here I have a little 12-volt fan that you can plug in by putting this in the cigarette lighter down here. That guy pops on. That's perfect for when you're sleeping back here, and the bed setup I'll show you in a little bit. Now this is the inverter switch. So the inverter, when turned on, gives power to this plug here. And you can turn on each switch individually. So you can use that to plug in your laptop, charge different things like that. I have a little toaster and different things like that I'll show you in a little bit. But whenever you're done with it, just turn it off again. Do not leave it on for more than it's needed because that takes a lot of juice out of the battery. Try to use it for half an hour or an hour at a time at the very most, if you're charging your laptop or something like that. It's even best to turn it on and charge your laptop while you're driving, because then the car is charging the battery and it's not using as much juice because it's being recharged faster than it's just not sitting there. All right, so remember to turn that off. All right, so I've also included in the van, if you've paid for it in the booking, is a Wi-Fi hotspot. So this one is Rocket Ship, runs off of the Optus network. lot of towers here in Australia for Optus. I've also included one of my older telephones. It's an Android Motorola. So I've got maps on here with a couple little spots along the way that I've liked to camp before. Add a couple spots in there if you want, and name them. You can also use it for the navigation if you want in the car. So this is always hooked up to the Wi-Fi. Just leave it like that. And you can see, boom, Wi-Fi is on right here. The Wi-Fi is called Rocket Ship. I will give you the password when you make a booking with me. Super easy. So let me take you back to a couple other things. So previously I talked about the fridge, how the fridge runs off of the battery in the car. So the fridge is super easy. Right now I keep it like this so that it airs out the fridge and doesn't get super smelly when you when you don't use it, if you keep it shut. So whenever you're finished with the fridge, do this to it before you leave the van. To turn on the fridge, all you gotta do is press this little red button down here, click, and there you go. She's on, you can hear it. You can see the light over here. I have it set to 8 degrees Celsius, which is a perfect temp for the fridge. 60 liters is massive in there. You can put all kinds of stuff in there. Really, really helpful to have when you're trying to camp in a van and you want to save some money by cooking yourself. All right, so now for more of the kitchen system. So we have down here in the storage compartment, I have 2 butane burner stoves in here. Super easy to work. All you gotta do, turn the bottle so it lines up with that. Push this little button down here. See it engage. Oops, engages. Turn it until it clicks. Boom. Super easy. Turn that back off when you're done with it. Put them both back in here when you're done. All right, so there's another one right there. All of the cooking stuff we have in here. All kinds of knives, forks, cups, or sorry, knives, forks, all the other kind of goodies in there. A chopping board in there, a couple spices, some paper towels, obviously some other towels. And then in here is all of your dishware, bowls, cups, coffee cups, all that good stuff, pots, pans. There's also 2 more drawers here, which I like to use for just clothes, different storage. Pretty easy. Now let me show you the bed system. So it's a pretty particular bed system since when I bought the van I already had this whole setup here, so I wanted to kind of make it work with everything else and have enough storage underneath for my surfboards and clothes and stuff. So the way it works is you flip this guy up, put this latch on right here. Right here is a little latch so that the bed doesn't slide out when you're driving. Pull that. The whole bed slides out. And set that down for a second. Slide the drawer out all the way. And boom. Mattress will go all the way down. Pretty simple, pretty good sized bed. I've slept 2 people in here a couple times. It's actually pretty comfortable. And it gives you a lot of area as well for the countertop, as I said, to cook and all that, which is pretty nice. When you're sliding it back in, if it stops, it means you got to press down these little tabs here, and then it'll just slide in the rest of the way. So when you're sliding it back in, just be super careful. Make sure the mattress is all the way in, like this. Line this guy up, pop it back in, and then you can set this back down. All right, super easy. Alright, now I'm going to show you the water and sink setup and a little outdoor shower. So what you're going to do is come over here, click water pump on, walk over here. There's only a one-sided tap, so just the right side. There you go. A little bit of air in the lines, so getting all that out first. There we go. Lots of water. Perfect. Over here is an outdoor shower. All you gotta do is turn that, pull it out. There we go. Turn that on. Boom. Perfect little outdoor shower. All you do when you're done, click that. Make sure that you turn off the water and then empty the line a little bit so it doesn't leak into the van. Perfect. Slide it back in. To fill up the water system, there's a little key I keep right here. Bring that back. I think it takes about 85 liters of water or something. The water fill up is right here on the driver's side. Pop the key in there, lock it, fill that up. Super easy. Alright, a couple more little things in the van for storage and little things I want to show you is, so for instance, say you're washing your bowl and you're done with it. I put this little guy here. You might be wondering what it is. You can sit your bowls in here. There's a couple little holes and they'll just drain out. So you don't have to go and do your washing right away. It's all nice and set up so you can just, throw them in there real quick if you just did a couple little bowls and cups and then go on your way and start driving again. I also have a couple of nice overhead storage up here. Little actuators so they stay up and out of your way. I like to put all my food up here. Or at least all the dry food, I should say. Down here, in here I have this nice little setup, which is actually for putting on top of that barbecue, or on top of the grill. And you actually cook meat on top of that. It works really well, actually. One of my favorite things to use in the van. Down here, I have another little pot. You can boil some water and stuff in. Some little wax things for the little gnats and mosquitoes. And down here is a little toaster. As I said, when you use the inverter, just make sure you use a little bit and then turn it off again. So inside here, we've got some dish soap, olive oil, canola oil, spray oil, extra butane, little blender, a couple cups, bins for the trash can, which is just here. Pulls out, super easy. I'd like to show you another little thing back here, just in case. There is some more motor oil, coolant, and jumper cables. In here, this thing is really nice. I just bought it the other day, thinking that it could be nice for renters. Actually a little vacuum that you can plug in with the cigarette lighter into here or up in there. If you need to vacuum some stuff out, keep the van clean. Clean van, happy van, makes everything a little nicer. Also, back there behind that box, a little jack stand, all that, the extra spare tires back there, but I do have roadside assistance included, so if you ever do come across that, you can call NRMA. I will leave a phone number in a little post-it note here. That is super helpful. All right, one last little thing that I installed the other day, which is pretty nice, is the little fairy lights. So you can barely see it, but they're on back here. And they go all around the van, so they're pretty fun to work with. And that's about it. If you have any more questions, don't hesitate to give me a message or email when you're in the van and you have any other little ideas. A couple of other little things up here. We have a couple little vents for when it's hot, sleep at night. Be careful of the bugs and stuff though. Keep those shut in case it starts raining or something as well. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Pillows, sheet, all that good stuff. There's random hooks everywhere, as I said, so you got all kinds of storage and places to put stuff. So have fun in my rocket ship and safe travels.